Hey guys, I'm Bryson here, welcome to my show, and today we are going to be reacting to a person making $52,000, but that is not the point of this video. The point is that this lady works at Nickelodeon, guys, okay? I know for a fact, anyone that's basically my age or older or much older always wanted to work, for example, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or for example, Adult Swim, or something to do with cartoons, okay? At some point, you wanted to be, or Disney, you wanted to be involved, okay? So it's awesome. I want to see how this lady right here spends her money. And by the way, it's 55K, not 52K. She lives in Florida and works at Nickelodeon. So let's find out exactly how she goes ahead and spends her money. And by the way, guys, comment down below. Let me know if you ever wanted to work at Nickelodeon, Disney, or Cartoon Network. Don't lie to me. I wanted to be like a cartoon designer so bad when I was younger. Comment down below, let me know. Without further ado, if you guys are new here, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. I post videos every single day. So do all that stuff. Let's get started and see how this lady spends her money. I hope she's not being funny with her money though, because then I'll be mad. Oh, moved home from Los Angeles in October 2020. Wow, 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 wow. October 2020, the rent problem, all this stuff, had to move back home. That's interesting. That's pre-pandemic, by the way, right? No, that's post-pandemic. That's in the pandemic, right? Oh wow, this is interesting. This is gonna be a really good video, guys. By the way, good car, by the way. I like cars that are used and you pay for them in cash. Awesome.
It was rough, especially being an independent woman living by myself and then moving back in with my mom.
Oh, she's back home. I thought she was like back home in the States of Florida. Oh, okay. She's back home with her mom. You can't have too much pride in life, you know. You have to go through some things sometimes. Like sometimes you get hurt, you gotta get back up. And if it's just a part of it, it's fine. Just don't stay there though, right? That's a big part. Her mom's so happy, man. I love seeing happy people.
It's been a journey, but the amount of money I've been able to save and spend time with my family
awesome
is not something I will take for granted.
And by the way, you can always spend a lot of time with your family when you don't live with them too. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good part too. It's like everything has its pros and cons and so on.
Look at her, she's like, my baby.
Carolina is a coordinator at Nickelodeon and makes $52,000 a year. That is awesome. So where's the rest of the money coming from? Is it YouTube? I think so. By the way, guys, if you guys want to be a creator on YouTube and all that stuff, never buy a MacBook. MacBooks are great, they're awesome, but they're too expensive. Buy a little laptop and then eventually upgrade to a PC you can actually build and customize for a lot cheaper. Apple is Apple, and you're usually gonna head and go buy the brand, okay? For phones, I always recommend Apple. Apple is awesome. Never a new iPhone though.
Hi, and welcome to Cooking with Carolina. On
this video is old as heck. This is an old video, I can tell.
this New Year's episode, we're going to be making the French 75 New Year.
Luckily, because of the time difference, I'm able to do Cooking with Carolina stuff in the morning because I don't start work at Nickelodeon until 12 o'clock East
That is so awesome.
Coast time. So I have like from 8 to 12 to just work on my brand, send out emails.
Guys, you know something? One thing I love, I read this in a book. It's called The Way of the Superior Man, right? The Way of the Superior Man. The book is great. But overall, it says, you know what? You need to spend time doing what you love, at least an hour a day. She's doing 4 hours, okay? And sometimes it won't make you money, but it'll give you a sense of happiness you've never seen before, okay? That's what you want to do. So I love this about this lady right here. Good job, Carolina.
And then from 12 to about 9, I'm working at Nickelodeon.
That's 9 hours, man. That's 12 to 9. That's crazy.
Virtually.
Making progress. Let's go. Carolina was laid off in May from her job in May 2019. That's pre-pandemic. Yes, that is pre-pandemic. Well, this is a pandemic. Pandemic was like last year, right? Guys, I feel like it's been forever, man. It feels like it's been like 2 years. Like almost. But it's been a year.
It was tough. There was a moment where I only had $5 in my bank account.
I feel you. No phone zone. We care about your safety. Oh, that's awesome.
And my mom helped me pay my rent. I wouldn't wish that on
that's where you need an emergency account. And that's why you can't be moving places where you can't afford it
anybody.
Yet. She took $1,100 out of her 401k plus $100 early withdrawal penalty, leaving nothing left in her retirement savings. At age 30, guys, listen to this, guys, right? She basically liquidated her 401k, paid a penalty, including the taxes also, because this has tax on it too, right? And had, like, for example, $1,000 left, right? My tax maybe like $800. It's a bad situation. Age 30, only $1,100 left in your 401k. That's not good at all. Not good. Not good.
I had to take a step back and become an executive assistant. And I also was a cashier at Pier 1.
Let's go. Guys, man, I love side hustles. You know what I'm saying? If I were an accountant, right? Because one thing about it, right? I have a skill. So if YouTube doesn't turn out for me, I can always do, for example, accountant. But if it doesn't work out for me either, right? I can always do something else, you know? Never be afraid or embarrassed of doing extra work to get out of the situation you're in. None of that stuff matters, man. Don't worry about anybody. Worry about yourself. And your family, your friends, and so on. But don't worry about what they think, though. That's just weird. Carolina, a former colleague, told her about an audition for a Disney Plus cooking show. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. She's trying to get on this whole show. Awesome. Disney Plus still making drinks? I don't think so.
It is on Disney Plus's Muppets Now, featuring the Swedish chef. And essentially that show is about the Swedish chef wanting to compete against renowned chefs or influencers that he thinks he can cook better than, but...
Okay. Guys, I love all this Disney stuff, man. I am a Disney nerd, man. I love The Mandalorian. Real stuff, guys. Not a joke, man. Mandalorian is awesome. You haven't seen that show? Watch it. Mandalorian is awesome.
When it came to me, it wasn't happening.
Carolina earned around $500 from her appearance on the Muppets Now. I mean, it's something, you know what I mean? But when you first start off, it's fine to get this much money. But if you take it to the next level, guys, people that do acting and stuff like that and use their face, they make a lot of money. A lot of money.
People think just because you're on TV, you make a lot of money.
That's what I just said. But I know this because basically I used to work, for example, in the movie industry as a PA, right? So even as a PA, I made, for example, like, what was it, like $20 an hour, like $15 an hour. It was a good amount of money, right? And when I did, for example, like the whole like extra, I got paid even more money, right? If you get very, very good at this stuff and you actually scale yourself up, you'll make more money. But if you're not, you're at the bottom, you won't make that much money. It's pretty obvious.
Most people make about what it's called like a day rate.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit shocking because I was just like, wait, this is like a big company and everything. But it helped.
Yeah, but they're not gonna pay you all the money they got.
Helped me realize that you're just thankful for the opportunity because of that show, I think is what led to my brand partnerships for my business and the
Awesome. Sometimes people are so obsessed with money, you know, don't be. Doing something for free sometimes or nearly free is going to give you some, like, for example, if I tell you, oh, come on my show, right? You're like, oh, no, Tom, you gotta pay me. But then if you come on here, you help me out, you get exposure to more people, that's more clients, more money, all that stuff. So never just business money. Help people, help people, help people. That's the idea. It's not always monetary. I don't like monetary people so much. You know, I don't like that.
Continued partnerships that I'm getting now.
Okay, please don't be in credit card debt, please.
Things are about to get a little bit spicy, so
awesome.
Let's get seasoning.
Okay.
My food budget is
okay. Let's hear the whole budget.
Probably like $400 to $500. But this is going towards my business, and then it's usually buying things.
Stop. Saving $500. What are you saving for? Food $500. It's part of your business, so I get it. Housing $350. That's awesome. Donations $200. That's awesome. I recommend everyone donate money, but at certain periods, for example, in my plan, it's just 1% of your income. That way you can do that, but first get out of debt first. 401k, you shouldn't be investing right now if you have debt. Wi-Fi, not bad. Gas, not bad. I want to hear about her income, though. What's her income like?
Things for my brand partnerships. I like to eat. I'm a foodie, too. But at least I'm...
Be careful with that stuff, you know, because you're cooking all this stuff, right? And you might become overweight, and then that's the problem, because then you have medical bills, you know? So it's like Gordon Ramsay. That's a guy, I love Gordon Ramsay, man. Like, he makes a lot of food, cooks a lot, eats a lot, but he's always fit and healthy. That I respect it a lot, okay? Don't forget about your health. Your health is very important.
I'm cooking my own food, so there's that. $300 of my monthly food budget goes towards my business, and then...
What is going on here? Oh, so $200 is for her, and then $300 is towards the business. Okay, I get that.
$200 is for personal, so...
That's not bad.
If you think about the grand scheme of things, when you're doing a cooking show, you have to make everything at minimum twice, sometimes 3 times.
Yes, sir.
Because there's different stages. There's the beginning, then you have a middle stage of the recipe, and then you have the final look.
I never thought about that, you know? So she buys like different meats, does this, does this, does this. That's awesome. I thought you just like cook it through, right? That's what you do, right? You just cook the meat and then you just show it through all the stages.
So if you think about it, $300, that's about $100 for each step.
How many videos does she make, man? How many videos does she make? Carolina makes around $3,000 per year from her brand partners. Partners? You mean partnerships? Oh, it's not completed, I guess. Okay. Oh, she also gives her mom a 20% cut of her brand deals. A little bit too early, but I get it.
I like to tell people that my mom works for me. She does get a bit of a cut from my brand partnership. She's the one who reads all of my contracts.
Okay, so it's business. It's business. I get it.
Make sure like I'm working with great people and you know, being paid adequately for my time. And
awesome.
And just expanding on that partnership so then they are able to come back. So it's really cool to have my mom be in my corner because
it's always good to have family in your corner, but sometimes it gets very complicated. You know, family is great, but I'm more focused on basically hiring the right person for the job. You know, that's what I really focus on. You know, if it's family, awesome. But if it's not, I look elsewhere. You know, it's a business, you know, but it seems to be working out for her. So that's awesome.
Because she knows me the best, obviously.
I listen to Carolina, who has never boiled a lobster in her life.
No, but
Where's she from, man? Where's she from? She's like Jamaican or something like that? She has to be from somewhere.
I saw a YouTube video.
And she said, only one can fit in a pot.
Economic hardship. Okay. Carolina accumulated over $20,000 in credit card debt a few years ago. Let's hear about if she paid this off or not. And by the way, guys, the worst way to accumulate debt is with a credit card. Like, because you're paying like 25%. So whenever you're in a tight spot, just stop everything, cut the credit cards. Do not, okay? Go work at Domino's, to go do something, but don't use the credit card for that stuff, man. Because it accumulates and accumulates and accumulates. It's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. The most I ever had was around like $14,000, $13,000, and I paid it off before it was due, so I never paid interest. But imagine if I didn't, right? Something went wrong. You gotta pay the stuff off, man. Don't play that game.
My dad actually had a stroke in 2015, and I had just started out in my career. I didn't have money for a hotel.
Yeah, I noticed that her dad wasn't around in this video early on.
Or flights to go visit him, and he was in.
It's one of the most disturbing things ever. I always see this all the time, you know. Imagine if like someone in your family is going something like this and you don't have money to like for a hotel or a flight to go visit him or anything. It's crazy, you know, like that's why you need money. Money's a big part.
ICU for about 2 to 3 months. I wish I could say I went to Fiji or Dubai and blew money. It was literally responsible taking care of my parent.
A combination of student loans and credit cards, and not just.
What do you do when you're in a tight spot, but you have a family member, right? And you accumulate, for example, $20,000 in debt in basically, for example, 3 months. Let's just be honest here, guys, okay? My dad passed away also. I know how this feels. But at least for me, for example, when he passed away, I had like some money on the side. I actually went over there. I paid for everything with cash, right? But in this case, what do you do if it just happens right there? What do you do? Well, I think basically the first one would be, hey, I gotta stay somewhere in this area for like 3 months, right? Let me rent a room or rent like a little cheap thing, whatever. Maybe I'll pay with that, whatever it is, right? I understand that part, right? But the idea is that I wouldn't be renting maybe like a more expensive hotel. I'll make sure I'm not eating that much like crazy stuff, you know, and I'll just be there for that for my father. You know what I mean? That's how I do to make sure I don't go, for example, 20K in debt. Because if he's in the ICU, there's not much you can do for him. I'm just being honest, okay? But be very careful. Be very, very careful. That's why I always recommend save for emergencies. Emergencies. But if it gets you and you're there already, you gotta understand what you're gonna do next.
Regular credit cards, but like I have a Firestone credit card, so things to like fix up my car.
That's not an emergency. Not a good idea.
But when you're making $75K, that's okay. You don't really think about it. You're paying on it. But when you go from that to unemployment.
Yeah. You always got to assume you're going to go broke tomorrow. I always assume that, you know, that's why you have, like, if you have a car, it's a machine. It's going to break down. Have money set aside for maintenance and repairs for a car. Always. Emergencies are basically the unknown, right? Things crazy happens, but that is known, right? So make that a part of your expenses also. Save 3 to 5% of the car value, or even a little bit more, like $1,000, just like have it there in case anything happens. That's the idea.
It takes a toll.
Carolina paid off $11,000 and $200. What? She paid off $11,200 and $2,000. What did she owe? LASIK eye surgery. She did not need that. Okay, first of all, I have glasses. Just wear glasses for a while. The credit card debt, you want to pay that off first. Use the avalanche method, right? Meaning you pay the debt with the highest APR to save more money. Then you move on, for example, the student loan debt. But the answer is, if you spreading things like this doesn't really make sense, right? If you pay down, for example, $11K just towards your credit card debt, you'll be a lot better off because basically you get to lower all that debt. That's the idea.
This was working retail, selling furniture, cleaning up the bathrooms after people.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I had one hit on my credit score. I couldn't afford another one, and that one was already a massive hit.
Carolina has paid $23,000 to another credit card. Wow. Imagine that, guys. And you know, remember, right? When you're paying a credit card, you're paying for the things you already bought, right? So it's kind of like, wow, I'm paying for all this sheesh I didn't need. But Tommy, what was the dad thing? I get that. But we explained already, for example, maybe it could have been done, for example, in a way to save more money and so on, right? So let's keep that in mind. And she also used it, for example, for car maintenance and all that stuff too. Remember, she still disputes over the remaining balance. She's still in dispute. Disputes are cool, guys, like when there's an error. But I'm not a big fan of trying to say like, I don't owe you this money, but I do owe you this money, right? I'm a very ethical person on this stuff, you know. But if it goes to collections, then obviously I won't pay the full amount because basically they didn't pay the full amount. That's different, you know. So credit card company, I'll try to pay the full amount. Collections though, they pay like a nickel on the dollar, like a dime on the dollar. I'm not gonna pay them the full amount. On top of that, that's the way it works, okay? That's the idea there. So collections, don't pay them all the amount. You negotiate, and get everything written in a letter. That way you can dispute it later for your credit score. Carolina now has $8,000 in savings. If you have savings and still have debt, take out the debt. Save $1K for emergencies, take out all the debt, and then rebuild your emergency account, right? And then once that's built up and stuff like that, keep investing money at the same time, like 10, 20%, that's it, right? But don't be saving money up when you have all this debt accumulated. It's not a smart idea. Making a difference.
Giving to charity has always been a part of my life.
Giving to charity is so selfish, guys. You know why? Because it helps you more than it helps them. Like, it actually changes you as a person. It makes you a lot better, and it attracts a lot more blessings to you. So that's the way I see it. You know, giving to charity is an amazing thing, but it's also selfish. So I love charities.
Life, and
give when you can, though. Don't be the guy that gives money and then you're like, "Where's my sandwich money?" Right? You got no money.
I recently, with 2020, just going through everything happening with George Floyd and Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I realized a lot of people were saying they didn't know. So I wanted to like make that a stigma that no one could say they didn't know about history and what happened.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of true. Kind of a dumb excuse, honestly.
Which verse are we gonna read?
Brave Black Purse.
Carolina donates $200 to Young Black and Lit. Oh, I heard about that charity. There's a that donates children books that feature Black main characters. You know how crazy, guys? Honest, I'm not big on like the whole like thing and stuff like that, right? But think about that, right? How many characters have you seen growing up that were like that looked like you? Very few, right? It's insane, you know. But I grew up in an environment where it didn't really matter that much because I grew up with my people and so on. But when you grow up, for example, in America, it's a little bit more different. It's cool though. Cool. Yo, man, I'm hungry, man.
Cooking with Carlina will always be my main focus, and
awesome.
I'm very thankful that the jobs I've had have recognized that. Chicken with some fresh peppers, but we're gonna like saute them and bake them.
Keep working on your YouTube channel, man. Keep making YouTube videos too, man. Big YouTube videos, a lot of them.
My long-term goal is to eventually travel the United States and the world. I probably will go back to LA because that's where a lot of production is.
You could say that, in 1990 or 2000 or 2010. But again, we are in 2021. I have a camera, I have a microphone and internet. I can be in basically in like under a rock in an island. It does not matter, especially with this stuff. Okay, don't make this excuse. Don't go back to where you messed up everything unless you can. Okay, be very, very careful with doing stuff all over again and messing up everything you've done.
And my contacts, I want to own a tiny house that I can drive.
That's so stupid. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It slipped out. I don't get it. I did a video last time about this couple with this like tiny house thing. Is so dumb. You know why it's dumb? Because basically you buy this tiny house, you're gonna have, for example, for a few years, but then when you're getting ready to get, they're not cheap, by the way. It's like $55,000, brothers. It's not cheap stuff. You get this mortgage in this little tiny house. It doesn't appreciate that much at all. You gotta pay for the land. It's just dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Don't do it until you're ready to just buy a home, man. Just buy, pay off your debts. Build up emergencies, keep investing. Save up for a down payment for a home. Once that's paid off, 15-year mortgage, you pay that off. You're done with that. Look what your mom did. Look what your mom did, man. Use that as a reference.
Drive everywhere and be able to like blog and do my channel and live anywhere.
People are so impatient, man. You can do this channel thing eventually, but it's not gonna be right now where you're gonna be traveling everywhere. It was just honest truth. I'm being serious here.
Eventually, I want to be able to work because I want to, not because I have to.
I like that. I like that. All right, guys, so overall, that was Carlina. What do I like about this? And by the way, do I like this video? Just like it? I like this video, but the advice, man, the ideas here, I don't like it, man. People have these ideas, and you know what? It's not common sense. So that's why I make these videos. Entertainment, but also knowledge, right? And overall, what would I do from Carlina? Well, I live with my mom, right? So I'm gonna save this money. No, I'm gonna go ahead and pay off all of my debts first. Start building my emergency account and also invest in money once I'm done with the debt using the avalanche method. Once I'm done building a 3 to 6 month emergency account, okay, boom, taken care of. I move on to, hey, I want to go ahead and buy a place. 15-year mortgage, 33% of my monthly income. Now think about this, okay? If you can make $55K from Florida, while doing YouTube there, in your own studio, your own house, whatever, just do it from there. Why go all the way over there to be contacted with who? With who, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you can do your videos from anywhere in the world. It's not 1990 anymore. It's not true anymore, okay? New York is no longer the globe. LA is not Hollywood anymore. Hollywood is online, in the internet. Your camera is that mirror, that source, that gateway to everything you actually want to do. Once you buy that home, a decent, cheap home, 30% of your 30% of your monthly income on a 15-year mortgage, the answer is you go ahead, you buy that, try to pay it off. Once it's done being paid off, now you have freedom. You're a lot more like your mom, right? Just utilities, taxes, that's it. Keep working on what you want to work on. And that gives you more freedom because basically, you don't got to keep working a job you don't like if you don't got to need that much money to actually live. That's the idea here. Please. I wish this girl like sees this video, man. It'll help her out a lot, okay? But guys, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, tell me you're right, or comment down below, tell me you're dumb, okay? If I don't make sense, comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, as always. And by the way, when I say something stupid, I don't mean the person is stupid. I mean, for example, the thing you're doing is stupid. I do stupid things, but I'm not a stupid person. I procrastinate, but I'm not a procrastinator, okay? Does that make sense? That's the idea, okay? That's how things work. You can always change the things you do, okay? If you don't know something, you just don't know it. Just go out there and find out what you don't know. That's the idea. See you guys tomorrow. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. On top of that, join me on my other channels, links down below. And if you want to call me, join me on my third channel where I take calls Monday to Fridays, link down below. Go join me over there. I'll give you a call for free and talk to you one-on-one about anything you want to talk about, okay? See you guys tomorrow. On top of that, also follow me on Instagram, Bryson. And before I go, thanks for watching, and as always, peace.